Welcome back, gentlemen. We are now on round number 80. We are also in year 400 of AA, whatever that one means. After Apocalypse, I think it is. So, yeah, 400 years after the fall of the Empire. And things are, I want to say, going okay in the Bloodlion's domain. It's not going great. The problem that we have, as you all probably know, if you've watched this far, is that we just don't have enough people. I knew this would be a problem in the game. It is a big problem. Now, let's just look at our statistics. Here's our zone populace. And you'll see, as soon as I started putting up these other zones, which I had to do, by the way, I think. At least I think I had to do this. We started transferring all our populace from Kirkwall into these other zones. Now, if I'd have kept Kirkwall growing as it was, I think we'd have probably had about 100,000 people. That would have enabled us, I think, to get up to the next level. Let me just have a look at this. Right, okay, so we've got 100,000 people at the moment. That's interesting. Just look at that. It's saying zone populace 67,000. Ah, I see. That's not including workers. So, yeah, this isn't including workers, which is kind of interesting. But I wonder if there's a way of just seeing. No, that's manpower. That's interesting. There is no populace that tells you actually what the workers is as well. This is, I don't know. I'd kind of like to see a graph that just shows you workers and, you know, overall populace, what it calls populace rather than, you know, population and workers, right? Excuse me. Anyway, as you can see, right, around about this point here is where we started diverging off, and my reasoning for this was that I needed to get more bureaucratic assets up. Now, I think it would have been difficult for me to actually go for this 200,000. So I think I've actually had a net gain here. At least, you know, because by diversifying off, I've actually managed to get up bureaucratic assets. By the way, Vicer now can go for a bureaucratic asset too, which we must put up immediately. Yes, sir. Technology is going to save us in this game, I think, or we're gonna die. Our defenses will break as the tide comes in, and the tide is starting to come in, as you know, because we are under attack at the moment by Schwarzmark. And Schwarzmark are technologically advanced compared to us in a big way as well. So we've got to do something about this. As a result, I've been putting out more brigades. This is what we need at the moment. We need men on the ground in order to cover our gaps. We can't have the enemy just rolling like right into our territory. I need to get into these mountains. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, we need to be able to hold these mountains, and we've got lots and lots of places we can hold. And then what we're going to do is try whatever like metals we've got, scant metals we've got, we're going to put them into building buggies or something and just kind of harrying them wherever we can. I think that's going to be my plan. I've got loads of great like terrain that I can hold on to. The problem is that he's more likely to be able to field lots and lots of troops. Okay. Logistics is also, we're starting to put up, you know, better logistics systems, but it's difficult at the moment. It's really difficult. So we've got to do our best. Now, I've got to think about where I'm going to place the 4th and the 5th machine gun infantry brigades, because this has got to be dealt with too. It's not an existential threat to me, but they're kind of getting close to Kirkwall, and I've lost this metal, and I need this metal. So I have got the 2nd MG infantry brigade here, led by Christy Underway, and she's developed herself a nice little set of skills. So I really want her on the front line. That might mean that I have to bring down another brigade this way. The problem is my enemy is on this side, and so far we've only got the first under Harry Collins, and this guy has also built himself up some skills, but he's not a great leader. These guys aren't going to learn very well. They're capability 1, which means that they are, you know, they're lacking, let's say. Let's have a look at what happened in the history. yeah, everywhere that I step away from my borders, I've got invaders pushing in. Now, one of the smart things I've done, and excuse me, I've got a really bad throat. So sorry about that. So yeah, one of the smart things that I've done now that I look at it with hindsight is I have got plenty of recruits, loads of them. I've actually got 15,000, which is not loads, but for a game like this, I might have been better off keeping them. You know, initially I thought I might have been better off keeping them in here, generating industrial points, and money. But you know what? Actually, I'm really glad that I've got these now, because it would have been very, very difficult to drum them up at short notice. So, yeah, I think it's important that I get out as many troops as possible. I want to get out at least another 2 brigades. I've got to get this gap covered here and this gap, you know, kind of here. I've got to hang on to this metal like it's like my life depends on it, because it does. So let's get. I think I'm going to bring the 4th down. Try and get the 4th over as fast as we can up to Vice, and we've got to plug that gap. Because if we lose that, boy, we are in big trouble. If we lose that metal, I also want to try and get this metal here. I don't know if it's worth me sending a brigade down to do it. We do have 3,800 rifle militia, free folk marauders that are loitering around here. I think we're going to have to take that. I've got to take everything that I can, right? So, having another think about this, and by the way, again, it's been, as always, I'm ever so sorry, it's been a bit of a time since I played this, so you might find that, you know, in one episode I'm saying one thing and in another episode I'm saying another. I'm not being very organised with this game. I'm not writing anything down for it, so I'm just kind of going with my gut feeling. But we are going to need automation in this game in order to save us, which means we've got to go down this route here. Now, specifically, the things that are going to be useful are industrial robotization, automated turrets, mining robotization, and then we got, you know, like kind of down this way, all right? Because robotics, so I think this is going to be a game where we're going to need robots. Robotic soldiers are good. They don't fight very well in attack. So as far as as far as infantry are concerned, they're even worse than normal infantry to attack with. However, in defense, they are, you know, they're just as good as normal troops. That means you can use them to kind of like slowly advance, and you can use them to hold lines, and they're very good. You know, they're very good in that role, and they've got some other advantages as well, if I remember right. I've only used them a handful of times actually. It's funny. I've got I've got over 1,000 hours in this game, probably getting on 1,500 hours now, and I've still never seen half of the technologies down here. Like some of this stuff, I've never had ICBMs, for example. I always finish my games way too early, and that's partly why I put this game on, you know, a very difficult setting, because I kind of wanted to see some of that stuff. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. I think the second, I think we're going to have to go and get this metal. Now, we are getting 900 a turn. It might be that metal is less important right now than kind of trying to hold my borders, because we have got a bunch of enemy brigades incoming, and yeah, they've got to be these gaps have got to be plugged. I need to get some troops into these mountains here, and I kind of got to hold these. I've got to hold this metal mine. It's going to be difficult. I think in this case, I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move the second down here. Now I've thought about it a little bit more. Let's get these guys down here, and I'm going to get some rifle infantry up here. While I've got some troops up, I'm going to just get these guys up to their latest model. Oh, we've got the prototypes as well. I forgot about those. Okay, I think we're going to get a bit of a mix. Why am I doing mass upgrade? Right, mass upgrade when you're doing it on a single battalion will actually change all of the different experiential levels as well. That's why I do it. Okay, so let's just get the twin barrel 4. We do now want to start getting these guys their best level that they can be at, the latest models, because losing troops is a big problem. Let's get some prototypes on this one. We can't lose troops. It's a terrible thing. Now this doesn't cost very much in the way of metal or industrial points, by the way, just to upgrade these troops to the latest stuff. Hang on, what's this? MG2?
Wilco.
MG4.
Wilco.
There we go. Okay. Okay, we've got the prototypes up there. So I'll get prototypes up on this slot as well.
Wilco.
There we go. You see, so that kind of that upgraded all of them at once.
Wilco.
Yeah, this is eating into my metal and my industrial points, but it's so worth it. I tell you, you really want to do this. Okay, those are MG4 as well. These are the MG2s.
Wilco.
Okay, let's see if we can get these guys done too. I'll get the rifle 4s here. I'm having a mix because the rifle 4 and MG and the prototypes are different quality. I think the prototypes aren't quite as good. I'm trying to remember what it was now. Something like the prototypes were a better. They had a better, yeah, structural design. So these have got more potential. I want to switch over to these eventually. Now they have actually got inferior weapons and armor. Sorry, at the start. They will get better though. Look. This doesn't have the same potential as the prototypes, so mixing the two in will be useful, I think. Now, let me get the prototypes in on here, but we don't want prototypes in all of them because they are an inferior. They got inferior hit points and attack. Okay. Have we got another Blitzer model yet? Where are we? Light armor. Yeah, we got the Blitzer 2 with a 60mm howitzer gun. I want to be using these now. Yeah, I think I want to be using these now. So let's go to replacement troops. And we're going to build some Blitzer 2s. We want 5 of them. It's going to cost 300 metal and 300 industrial points, which is quite a lot. But let's get the latest stuff up because we don't want to be losing stuff, especially when we've got experience. I'm starting to learn the value of experience in this game. It makes a big difference. So anyway, here's how to do this. You go to mass replace, look, and you need to build these in your SHQ first when it comes to replacements. Okay, this does not raise troops. This does not build troops immediately. You have to build them in the SHQ first. Why? I don't know. Just the way that it is. I'm sure there'll be a reason for it. Okay, so we've got the Blitz 2s up now, and I might actually just bring these guys back down. I might bring these guys back down now as well. There we go. Right, we're going to bring these guys over and we're going to secure this metal and kill these units off. I'm hoping that this is not a dreadful mistake on my part, but I just feel intuitively that if I don't hold on to some supplies, if I don't hold on to the mining assets and build more mining assets, I'm eventually going to lose this game because I'm going to get outproduced by my enemies. So there we go. Let's have a look at the decisions this turn. In fact, did we actually look at the VidCon? Okay, we're in the Decade of Fanaticism. This is almost ending. We've just created All-Rounder 2, which is a medium tank. We've completed power banks, which is good. Water soil recomposition. I can't remember whether I needed that or not. I don't think so. Turboprop engine is useful. The problem is, I've just had a revelation about jet engines, turbojet engines, propellers, and turboprops. Jet engines and turboprops are way heavier, so it's not always a no-brainer using propeller and jet. And the game hints at this in a minute, and I'll show you where. So, okay, we've got helicopter engines as well. And we've discovered an assault infantry army. And we've got some cards. So, right, okay, let me explain what I'm talking about. So if you go to the planetary statistics overview, because of our, if you remember that the geology of this planet means we've got a real but modest atmosphere, okay? So the atmosphere is a little thin. It's actually recommending to us that we use it's so aircraft engine advice is light. But this is a typo here. We need to change that. This is light. It's saying so you want a light engine, which is propeller and jet. Hang on, propeller jet. Yeah, so that's not turbo. So not put turboprop or turbojet. Okay, so this will be because of the weight of the engine, I believe. Now, before we get any aircraft up, and we are going to need aircraft, I think we are going to have to do some significant research into the linear techs. So let's have a look where we're going with the applied science. Yeah, we're going into education methods at the moment. This is a good bet, I'd say. I think we probably want to stay in here for a little while. Man, we're just not getting any bureaucratic points, are we? Look. Yeah, we've got to get a bit more bureaucracy up. Let me just make sure that I built that. We got any bureaucracy in Mars? Assets. Yeah, we've got a bureaucratic office here. It might be that just to squeeze out more bureaucratic points, I'm just going to have to build more level 1 zones. Because I don't think I'm ever going to get this high now unless we find unless we find a cloning facility. And there's just no ruins on this planet, so the chances of that are pretty low. Unless one of our opponents has found one. So yeah, we've got some interesting challenges ahead. Okay, national budget. I'm starting to see the value in staff council more. I like staff council a lot, so I'm going to put that up a little bit. Interior council we're going to need up more, and the reason being I dropped that, but since I started dropping that, I'm starting to realise I don't get so many leaders, and we need leaders. We're going to need people to put into our OHQs, so I'm going to put that up a little bit. Supreme Command Council I probably can do with a little bit less. I don't need that so high. Applied Science Council needs to stay where it is. Economic Council is the big one. Model Design I probably can do with a little bit less in there. Foreign Affairs, I'm at war now. We're not going to get out of war. Secret Service I'm not so bothered about. Yeah, I think we've got to really start min-maxing this in a big way. Just get this down here. I don't want that much in the Supreme Command Council. Right, so Economic Council is the big one, and just take military down a little bit. It's Economic Council we've got to really push up. Okay. As always, it's just annoyed a whole lot of people. Bureaucratic production asset production to reach 1082. Where are we at now? Don't know if I can do that. That's what 133, is it? 140, yeah, 133 I think. God, my maths is bad in the morning. Anyway, so I don't care about the Syndic Party either. I'm just thinking that might be hard for me to do. That's 2 bureaucratic officers, so I don't think I can do that unless I've not got bureaucracy in one of these places. It would mean I'd have to put up another zone. And where are these people going to come from, you know? No, I can't do that. I don't care about the syndics anyway. Okay, Foreign Affairs Council task priority. No, we can leave that as it is. Solar energy might be useful, although we haven't really got very much rare metals. Deep core mining. How much fuel have we got on this map? Not a lot by the looks of it. Not a lot. Oh, we found more metal. Oh no, that's in Varrock. Damn it. I got really excited then for a minute. Let me just have a look at the technology tree and just figure out where we are at with fuel. So we can't go for synthetic fuel. We need lots of power for that anyway. We can't, I mean, solar energy is something that we probably... Let's go for solar energy. I think we need this up. We do need deep core mining is also a good one. Now this, I think this is the one that transfers water into... Yeah, I think it's water. We've also got a volcano now for energy too. Have we got a lot of water? Yeah, we've got ice. So we've actually got a glacier. This is just giving us unlimited water. So, I'm going to go for solar energy, and just so we can just start working on energy. We will need power banks eventually as well. We're losing energy at the moment, but I'm not really bothered about that. Okay, Military Research Council. We need radiation filters. I don't think we do we? There's any radiation on the map that I can see. Just don't think there are any cities to get nuked in the first place. Quad machine gun is nice. That's actually really good. That might be really helpful. Helicopter engines are also like. Let's go for the quad machine gun. Now, what was the model that we created? The all-rounder 2. Okay. This roller. That's another bad. I've had really bad designs in this game. Oh, the all-rounder 2's okay though. Look at this. Okay. Yeah, we got a good... Oh, mind you, the armor's poor, look. Anything under 80 is really bad, by the way. You tend to get massive drops in hit points. So, yeah. Yeah, it looks like I just redesigned that just for the sake of it, just to try and get another roll out of it. I just got exactly the same thing, so just obsolete that one. It just makes no difference. We don't have polymer armor in this game yet, do we? Polymer armor again. Machinery, advanced engineering. Isn't it in here? No. No. There it is, in advanced chemistry. So we need to break into... Wow, guided RPG. Not even discovered it yet. We need to put more into discovery by the looks of it. So discovery is a bit of a problem. So let's go to the Military Research Council. Yeah, only 10% in discovery. That's the problem I got here. Let's just drop that back. I'll have to remember to change that as well. Yeah, just banging out models at the moment is not really that useful. Assault gun might be useful. I do like assault guns. We should also probably get a flat gun model up before anything else. So, let's just get a cheap flat gun model up and just see what happens with that. Okay, training opportunity in the first Science Vessel Adventure Party. Oh, nice. Enforcement is the way to go. 5th Machine Gun Infantry is without leadership. Okay, so we've got a bunch of jokers again. He's okay, I guess. He's not very good. I've got some really bad leaders in this game. He was a farmer.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Let's just put him in there. Okay. That is about it, I think. Now, we've got a bit of warfare to do, so let's work our way through this. We'll see if we can get on these guys. Wow, look at that. It's not looking good, is it? Like he's terrible odds. What is the problem here? Why are you so bad? She's actually not a bad leader. She's more of a... Well, she's an administrator, look. Hang on, that's the Governor Kirkwall, that's why. Oh, they're on entrench. Right, okay. So let's change this.
Copy that.
Okay, that's better. Let's get them on all-out attack, and now let's see how this changes things. And it will change it in a big way, so... It has, but not by a lot. Let's just try and kill these guys off. It's so bad. Look at this. We're just struggling to take on even the really weakest troops. I don't know. I don't know. What is the problem here? It's because we've got really bad models, that's why. We're using carbines and envirosuits. All-out attack's not a good posture for us to be sat on either. I'm going to have to change that again. Now, I forget if this changes your readiness when you do it. I have a feeling it does. I have a feeling it does, but let's get it. We're gonna have to change it off anyway because they are going to attack us next turn probably. So,
Copy that.
oops. Oh well, that'll do. Whatever. Okay, that's gonna be the whole line's gonna be better anyway. Yeah, 50 on defense, right? So, I wonder if we can get these guys added. Oh no, they can't be on the second. Oh, it's the third. Third. No, that will reduce the readiness, but let's see what happens. Yeah, look at this. We're struggling to kill, even struggling to kill these things. It's really, really pathetic. I need to get these guys replaced. We've got to bring them back, and then we'll try and get out. Try and get them upgraded to another model. Wow, what a shoddy state of affairs. Okay, up in this side, gonna have to try and push through into this mountains and see what we can do. Got a HQ there. I wonder why he's moved that up. Bit of a weird thing to do, isn't it? Maybe it's just I just can't see the other troops. See if we can take these guys out. Okay, we managed to push them back. I'm going to move these troops back here. We got the third vice of defense. Why did I move those guys up? Yeah, I'm just going to try and get them into these mountains and just... Hopefully they can just start to hold. Oh, we can push down in that way. Interesting. That's nice. I got that little... I built... There's a piece of road built through there. I don't know if that's the AI's done that. Yeah, the AI's done that. This is interesting because... we can use this now to cut their supply lines. We can sit in these roads, right, in these mountains, and then if they try and push too far this way, we can cut that supply off and potentially threatens Oxygama. That saved me a lot of industrial points, that has. Very, very nice. If we can try and get this this little map, free folk town here, Bensdorf. 200 free folk. It's almost nothing, is it? It's almost not worth bothering with. All right. Right, folks, that's going to be it. I'm going to roll the turn. I shall catch you in the next episode. Take it easy.